I think there's been a lot of gyan on what to and what not to on youth brands. And here is what I'm going to add from what I know. But before that, we'll just start with a little story. So in case we've heard too much gyan, I think we can begin with a little light-hearted story of the name of my company. It's Elephant. And the story goes like this, that long ago, there were 6 blind people. And they heard that an elephant is passing by from their village. And of course, they were curious. So each one of them wanted to know what an elephant is. And each one of them went up to this creature and touched that creature because they couldn't see. And came back very enlightened. So when they assembled again and started discussing what the elephant is, they started telling each other what it is. And one said, well, it's like a wall because he had touched the back. And another one said, no, it's like a rope because he had touched the tail, and so on. And all of them had these, a snake, a fan, a wall, a tree trunk, a rope, and so on. All of them started kind of fighting, arguing, the argumentative Indians. And then came the wise man, and he said, you know what, all of you are right. All you need to do is just put your pieces together, and we'll all see the big picture. And somewhere along the way, when I studied design at NID in Ahmedabad way back, we believed, me and a few of my friends believed, that design is something like this story. Each one of us brings a perspective. Even now, if I ask any of you in this room what design means to you, you'll probably have different answers. And obviously, all of you are correct, because all these perceptions really make that big picture of what we call design or design thinking now. And a lot of that goes into making a brand. So this story is really relevant for every brand today because it exists not just in real life, it has a virtual life, it has a second life, it is brick and mortar, it is not, and so on. So all these pieces really form that brand story. And that's what I would begin with always. So who's Elephant? Elephant is one of the largest independent multidisciplinary companies of India. And we believe we help create effective brands. That's really our business. We have had the opportunity to work with some of these companies in India and some of them being multinationals. And quickly to take you to the team, we are located in Pune, Delhi and Singapore and about 80+ team. Though this company was started by just designers with design specialization, over the years we've gathered many other specializations and expertise, and this is who we are. So coming to our topic of essentials info for youth brands, and as I can see, many of you are students, and I'm sure many of you would go ahead and become brand managers or create great brands of your own, become entrepreneurs and so on. And we all know that India has the largest population of youth and still growing. So I'm sure all of you are actually going to be encountering the youth or the youth branding. And that's really how I'm sharing some of what I understand about youth brands. So the first thing that struck a few years ago, that all of us slowly are becoming homogeneous. If I see youth in India and if I see youth in, let's say, another part of the world like Singapore or Malaysia or parts of America or parts of Japan or even Africa, most of you would be dressed very similar. Most of you would have very similar handsets, would probably have similar apps, maybe using different languages or lingos based on your cultural backgrounds. But if I just remove the skin color and the features of the face, you might have a lot of things which are absolutely common, same in fact. And there will come a point when we'll all become so homogeneous, or your generation will become so homogeneous, that you will eventually have to stand up, shriek and scream that, you know what, this is who I am. Remember me, I am so-and-so from India, from so-and-so city, I speak so-and-so language, and so on. And many global brands actually have understood this very effectively, that there is an increasing need for identity among youth. There is a place for cultural infusion. A brand cannot be so global that it doesn't change its avatar no matter what happens and where it goes. And some of the good, effective, great brands in the world have shown us how they do it. These are just 2 examples. What you see on the left may seem like Chinese characters to you, and that is what Coca-Cola has gone ahead and done. And what you see on the right side is what Coca-Cola has tried doing in India. Now, if you see the difference, and I can clearly see the difference in confidence in both these examples. Coca-Cola is not a leader in India. So what you see on the right side is sort of a shaky little attempt at becoming Indian. And what you see on the left, where Coca-Cola is one of the leaders, is a much stronger, much more confident attempt at being one with the audience.